What if the most important battle inside the British monarchy isn't being fought between Harry and William? What if the real struggle is happening between two women standing only a few feet apart at royal events, smiling for cameras while representing two very different futures? One wears the crown today. The other is destined to wear it tomorrow. And according to royal insiders, that difference may be creating one of the most fascinating power dynamics in modern royal history. This is the story of Queen Camilla and Catherine, Princess of Wales, and the quiet rivalry that continues to fuel speculation across the royal world. From the outside, everything appears perfectly harmonious. At state banquets, royal ceremonies, and public engagements, Queen Camilla and Princess Catherine present a united front. They exchange smiles, share conversations, and fulfill their duties with professionalism. But behind the palace walls, royal observers have long wondered whether deeper tensions exist. After all, one woman spent decades fighting for acceptance. The other became one of the most beloved members of the royal family almost overnight. Today, we're examining the reports, the public perception, and the fascinating differences between these two royal figures, and why many believe Catherine's growing influence may be reshaping the future of the monarchy. Let's get into it. The title vs. the popularity. Let's start with a simple fact. Queen Camilla outranks Catherine. She is the queen consort, the wife of the reigning monarch, and holds the highest female rank in the royal family. Protocol dictates that Camilla takes precedence. She enters first. She is seated first. She receives the formal honors associated with her position. But in modern monarchies, titles are only part of the equation. Public support matters just as much. And that's where the conversation becomes interesting. Poll after poll has shown Catherine enjoying significantly higher approval ratings than Camilla. For years, Catherine has consistently ranked among the most popular members of the royal family. Her image is carefully balanced. She is seen as elegant but approachable, royal but relatable, traditional yet modern. Camilla, on the other hand, has spent much of her public life overcoming the legacy of one of the most controversial chapters in royal history. Although public opinion toward her has improved dramatically over the years, many commentators argue that she has never achieved the level of affection that Catherine enjoys. And that difference matters. Because while rank comes from the institution, popularity comes from the people. And people ultimately determine whether a monarchy thrives or struggles. Shadow of Diana. Few figures continue to influence the royal family quite like Diana. More than 2 decades after her death, her presence remains woven into royal history. And nowhere is that more visible than when Catherine wears pieces associated with the late princess. One of the most notable examples is the famous lover's knot tiara. The dazzling piece became one of Diana's signature jewels and is now frequently worn by Catherine during major royal occasions. Each time photographs emerge, comparisons quickly follow. Social media fills with side-by-side images. Newspaper columns discuss similarities. Royal fans celebrate what they view as a symbolic connection between Diana and her daughter-in-law. For many supporters, Catherine represents continuity. She embodies qualities they admired in Diana while bringing her own style and personality to the role. Whether intentional or not, those comparisons inevitably revive memories of the past. And for Camilla, whose public story has always been connected to Diana's legacy, that reality can never be completely ignored. This isn't necessarily about personal conflict. It's about symbolism. And symbolism has always been one of the monarchy's most powerful currencies. TWO, very different family legacies. Another major difference between the two women lies in their children. For Catherine, her children are central to the future of the monarchy. Prince George is second in line to the throne. Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis are growing up as members of the future royal leadership team. Every public appearance carries significance. Every photograph becomes part of a carefully documented royal story. The world watches them grow. The institution prepares them for future responsibilities. Camilla's family situation is entirely different. Her children built lives outside the monarchy. They are not working royals. They do not carry royal titles. They are private citizens. As a result, the long-term future of the institution revolves around William and Catherine's branch of the family rather than Camilla's. This creates a striking contrast. One mother is helping prepare the next generation of kings and queens. The other has ensured her children can live independently from royal life altogether. Neither path is better or worse. They're simply very different. But those differences highlight why Catherine's influence inside the monarchy continues to grow with every passing year. Dhe futar eyes as a pretty taking shape. Perhaps the strongest indication of Catherine's rising importance can be seen in the responsibilities she's been given. Over the past several years, royal observers have noticed a gradual shift. Catherine is increasingly being placed at the center of major royal events. Her diplomatic engagements have expanded. Her public profile has grown. Her charitable work receives global attention. And perhaps most importantly, she is being presented not merely as the wife of the future king, but as a future queen in her own right. This transition isn't happening suddenly. The monarchy rarely moves quickly. Instead, it happens through carefully planned appearances, strategic assignments, and gradual increases in responsibility. Every state banquet, every international visit, every major public event, all of it serves a purpose. The institution is preparing the public for the next chapter, and Catherine is becoming one of the monarchy's most valuable assets. WHY comparisons may never end. One reason the Camilla-Catherine narrative continues to capture attention is because the two women represent different eras of royal history. Camilla's journey was long, controversial, and often difficult. Public acceptance came gradually. She spent years rebuilding her image and earning her place within the institution. Catherine's journey followed a very different path. She entered royal life with widespread public goodwill. Over time, she strengthened that support through consistency, discipline, and an absence of major controversy. As a result, comparisons are almost inevitable. One woman reflects the monarchy's complicated past. The other symbolizes its future. That doesn't necessarily mean there's hostility between them. In fact, many reports suggest they maintain a professional working relationship. But whenever two powerful figures occupy neighboring positions within the same institution, comparisons will always follow, especially when one represents the present and the other represents what comes next. At the end of the day, the question isn't whether Queen Camilla and Princess Catherine are enemies. The real question is whether their very different roles, histories, and public images naturally create tension within the royal system. Camilla holds the crown today. Catherine represents the future. And as the monarchy moves toward its next generation, that contrast will only become more noticeable. What do you think? Do you believe there is genuine rivalry between Camilla and Catherine? Or is the media exaggerating ordinary royal dynamics? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoy royal news, analysis, and behind-the-scenes stories from the British monarchy, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.